All right, everyone. Tonight we go live this evening starting about 7 p.m. Eastern. I will get the stream set up and it'll have the time listed there beforehand. I'll go and make sure to prepare and go potty and all of those other things that you do before a stream. Maybe brew some coffee too, jam and bean or something like that. And we'll be covering the primaries. Now, I suspect, here's my official prediction. Trump is going to win. That much is clear. It's just a matter of two things. How much is the gap, and does Nikki Haley do what she stated that she wanted to do, which is to lose by a smaller margin than in New Hampshire? Now, New Hampshire, she came in at 43. So she didn't do terribly, of course, in what effectively had become a two-person race anyway. She still came in double digits behind. The polling suggests she won't, though. The polling suggests she'll be below 40. And I think that she will. I think that the late-breaking voters will be about even. So the RCP aggregate, that total will be about right. Trump will come in and at 59 to 62 or thereabouts. And Nikki Haley will founder in the upper 30s. Then we have to wait and see. Is there the possibility that Nikki Haley still has one shred of common sense, still has a little bit of dignity in her, comes out and stands down and says, okay, look, I see the writing on the wall. We've been trying to do this, but it's impossible. Trump is insurmountable. I don't know. I can't tell you whether she will or not. She should, although really she shouldn't even be running right now because she's going to get humiliated in her own home state. I'm hoping that the margin is larger as opposed to smaller. The higher the margin of victory for Trump, and to South Carolinians out there, make sure to get out and vote because, again, do that and then you sit down for the Sticks, Hex, and Hammer cool as fuck live stream. I'm hoping that we can effectively crush her and force her out. She's swearing she's going to stay on through Super Tuesday. So you get Michigan and then you get Super Tuesday. Whether or not she actually does, though, I think is more related to if she achieves her goal of at least being in the 40s or thereabouts in her own home state. If not, there is a measurable chance that she drops out. The primary is over. We can stop pretending that it's actually a competition. Stop wasting time, stop wasting money, and target Biden instead of having Nikki Haley just stubbornly remaining around like a goddamn hemorrhoid waiting to drip blood out into the toilet bowl. She's a hemorrhoid on the party. Her political career as of tonight, by the way, is effectively over. Doesn't matter if she bankrolls a bunch of embezzled campaign money into a future run for, I don't know, the Senate or something like that. I don't think that she would make it. I think that she'd get fiercely opposed in a primary. I think the GOP, especially if Trump were to lose, they'll blame her. Well, then even the partisans with TDS won't like it anymore. Even some of the latent TDS sufferers would be blaming her. I think she'll lose. But it's going to be a good time. It's going to be hilarious fun because we're just waiting to see how much. We already know the outcome, in other words. We know that Trump wins. How much does he win by? I'm hoping it's above 62. I'm hoping that Nikki Haley is forced down into the 30s. If it's the mid-30s, even funnier. If she rides well below polling and ends up at 33 or something like that, ouch. Talk about being smacked in the cock, or in her case, the non-functional mammary glands or something like that. She's going to get smacked down by Donald Trump. She may or may not be stubborn enough to stay in after that. And also the money will dry up too. When she loses her own home state, one problem she will have in her campaign is all of that revenue that she was getting, other than the Dems that are funding her just to keep her in the race to hazard Donald Trump, all the other funding will dry up. Half of her money gone, she'll have to lay off staff, she'll have to once again dot her out onto stage and explain why she's even still there. Hey, Nikki, you just lost your home state after losing the first 3 states. Okay, so you've lost all 4 of the main states that go first. Typically, you don't stay in if you don't win at least one of them. Or at least come in with a comfortable margin in a couple of them, or something like that, but you haven't. The state that you did target with $100 million in ads, you still lost by double digits. You got crushed in Iowa. You weren't even on the caucus ballot in Nevada. Now you've lost your own home state. What gives? Why? What the hell is the point? Are you literally insane, which I suspect may be the case regardless, or is it just to embezzle money? Just to be a you got your marching orders. You were told to stay in the race. But at some point, it doesn't really hurt Donald Trump. It just looks pathetic. And that point, I believe, will be achieved as of this evening. So we're going to get to see that. I suspect it will not take long for them to call the race. The preliminary results for a lot of places start trickling in at around, I believe, 7:30. So we're going to have a preamble. Of course, I'm going to go live before that happens, because there's a chance that the race gets called with the exit polls before we even see any results at all. The race probably will be called very, very quickly because you're going to see an insurmountable margin. They're going to compare the margin from those early counties with past races. It'll take them 10 minutes, and then they'll be able to give the results fairly quickly. Hoping that Trump is above 60. Not necessarily going to be the case. It's a couple of polls, he's in the upper 50s, so Nikki Haley could get the magical 43, but she's not going to get the 47, and that's the whole point. That's about all. Peace out.